Hi guys! In this lesson we're going to do a very fun coral reef. There's a lot of variety in coral reefs, and you can check out some pictures on the internet and draw whatever corals you like, make it your own kind of painting, or you can download the outline that I'm using free at watsonwatercolor.com. Now before I start painting, to make this easier, I'm going to mask out some of the coral and grass by painting it with liquid masking. Liquid masking keeps the paper white even when you paint over top of it and around it. I like PBO drawing gum for masking, but there's a lot of different brands out there. You can apply it with an old paintbrush, but today I'm using the Incredible Nib, a watercolor tool that we just saw used for lifting. You need to apply this masking thickly, but just paint the coral exactly the way you want it. If you've never used the masking, you may want to try it out on some scrap paper first, because it can tear some papers when you pull it off. You could also paint this tutorial without masking, just going around the corals, but masking makes it easier. I'm masking the coral shapes, a starfish. I'm masking the grasses on the bottom right. You can add anything you like. You can also spatter some tiny drops of masking or do a few bubbles. It's up to you. When your masking is dry, the next step is to paint the water blue. You want it light at the top and dark at the bottom. I wet the paint in my palette before I started so it would soften up. And now I'm ready to make some puddles of blue. To get your water lighter at the top, start at the top with some clear water and some very watery phthalo blue. Paint some of the light blue down and then go with the little bit thicker phthalo blue. You can paint right over the masked coral. And if your paint is blending, don't try to blend it with your brush too much. Try tilting the paper and letting gravity and water do the blending. When you get near the bottom, add some of the cooler, darker ultramarine blue. I've kind of lost the blue at the top, so I'm going to add a little more and keep tilting. When you're happy with your wash, let it set for just a couple minutes, and before it gets dry, gently lift out some rays of light. To do this, use a damp brush, lift up the color, and wipe it on a paper towel. Now, be very gentle with this, don't overdo it. And that's about it for mine. My wash is a little streaky at the bottom, but I think by the time I get the coral painted, no one will notice that, and it'll be fine. Dry this really well. Before we take the masking off, paint the rocks and the seabed. I'm going to mix a puddle of dark value using thick blue paint plus some red and a little yellow. If you haven't mixed up dark before, mix it and test it on scrap paper. Here, mine still just looks blue, so I add more red, and now it's purple, so more yellow, and that's good enough. I'm going to paint my rocks with light blue and dark. I'm going to start on the top left with light blue, and then dark down to the next shelf. Once again, light blue on top and under the coral. And then dark between the blues. When you work wet together, the colors blend together just a bit. You may get some blooms, but that's okay too. Here's some of the thick ultramarine blue. Your seabed could be any dark color that you like. Feel free to throw in some green, some orange, whatever you want. I'm sticking to the light and dark blue mixes, just with some variety in the values. The dark matches the blue in the water perfectly because it's made with the same blue. Also add a dark bit of coral on the bottom left. Just use your dark mix and paint it on with your brush. Last, I'm using an even darker bit. This is from the black that we mixed in a previous video using the same colors. And I'm adding some nice dark accents. Okay, now everything's done but the fun part. So dry it really well and we'll remove the masking. When the paper's dry, you could rub the masking off with your fingers, but that could give you a blister. So you can also use a masking pickup. It looks like a big eraser, it's plasticky, and the masking clings to it, but be careful you don't rub hard enough to scratch your paper. My masking, the PBO drawing gum, usually comes off easily, but you have to feel about carefully because it's easy to miss bits of masking. You don't want them left over. I've had paintings that were framed and hanging in shows and noticed a bit of masking still sticking to the painting that I didn't remove. So feel it carefully, get all that masking off. And you can see I've got just a few spots. I think they add a little movement. With the water and the rocks painted, it's time for the color. I cleaned up my palette and I'm going to get out colors for the coral and the plants. Blue plus yellow makes a beautiful green. You can mix a light green, a darker green. Here's some plain blue for variety. And you can add more yellow if you want a yellow-green. When you mix your own color, you can get an unlimited variety in your greens. Now, for the grass and the plants to show up, they need to be either lighter or darker than the background. The grass on the right is light green, against a dark background, while the grass on the left is dark green against a light background. It's nice to have 3 areas of things. So I have like 3 areas of grass, 3 areas of coral. It's just makes a pleasant picture. My starfish is going to be orange. They come in different colors too. And the finger coral is blue. I start with a coat of the light blue, and then I add some darker blue around the bottom and left side for shading. I added an anemone on the bottom left. The body of the anemone is going to start with light blue, and I'll let that dry. The corals can be any color you like. Here, this one can be yellow, and I'll add some orange to the center. The tentacles on the anemone can be orange, and I'll pull a little bit of that color down into the body, and then I'll add a few darker streaks of orange in the tentacles. The top coral may be red. And the coral on the bottom left is going to be red at the bottom and orange on the outside edges. Orange and blue are complementary colors, so they look great together. You can play with your colors until you have something that you like. When you're done with the coral, let's add a few fish. I'm putting in a school of fish. Just draw a teardrop and add the tail at the end. These are just going to be dark with a little bit of detail, and I should have saved some of my dark mix. But I'm painting the fish dark and then dabbing with a paper towel so that I get variation. I may go back with an ink pen and put in some of the dark stripes. But once again, your fish can be anything you can imagine. You could do no fish, you could do a big fish, you can do a school of fish. To suggest movement by the fish, I use a damp brush and I re-wet and dab up color for a few waves around the swimming fish. If you do this, keep them subtle. Evaluate your painting and add or change any colors or values you think need changing. Painting coral reefs is a fun exercise, and this makes a perfect painting for any bathroom or beach house. I hope you enjoy yours. Visit watsonwatercolor.com for more fun painting tutorials step by step. They're always free, and I wish you happy painting.